Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. Remember, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another AB Daily News with the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. Today, episode number 277. What your menu, coach? First of all, I want to talk about Brendan Gallagher versus Raphael Harvey-Pinard. Finally, I'm going to talk about the NCAA Playoff 2023 bracket. But before we start, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And let's dive in, talking about my first subject of the day. My first subject of the day, guys, about Brendan Gallagher versus Raphael Harvey-Pinard. What I'm trying to give you a little bit more information. First of all, the only way you can compare them is about their size. Secondly, the way they compete every single game. Finally, the way they play on the ice, where they apply their pressure on the forechecking. It's been always that way for Brendan Gallagher since he played in NHL, and RHP does the same thing right now with the Montreal Canadiens. On the ice, it's not the same between Gallagher and HP. What are you talking about, coach? First of all, guys, first, Gallagher, guys, is more involved in front of the net. How many goals he did in the past just by the rebound. He's really annoying the goaltender and the defenseman for opponent team. It's been that way, Gallagher, guys, always in front of the net. How many goals Montreal scored? It was disallowed because of Gallagher. Then he shot a lot in the net. It's been always Gallagher since he played with the Montreal Canadiens. Obviously, he's limited by his vision, limited by his hands, and is limited by his skating. On the flip side, RHP is not the same kind of player like Gallagher. First of all, he plays on the power play and he can play on the PK. Secondly, he's better around the net. What I'm talking about, like, he's not going to be only in front of the net. He go around, he understands what he need to do. And for me, he's able to win the battle because he's really good on the puck protection when he tries to battle. Like, he will use his body to turn around and to put his body face to the opponent players. RHB is excellent about this. You watch him game after game, and that's what he does with the Montreal Canadiens. Then, Martin St-Louis talk about RHP this way. He's more responsible. He adjusts himself with any kind of situation on the ice on the 3 zone. Then he's really good on transition. He can carry on the puck, guys. He's really good to figure out what you need to do with the puck. Then he read the play very well on the 3 zone, and he keep the offensive alive with the Montreal Canadiens. He is really good to make play with or without the puck, and he can understand the 2 other teammates he has when they are in offensive. He adjusts himself. He's really good on the details of the game. He's really good to understand the concept. And that's what RHP bring for the Montreal Canadiens. And that's what Martin St-Louis talk about for RHP. Then, Montreal Canadiens, in the last 15 games, RHP, he has the most TOI and PK. This is exactly what I just talked about earlier. Secondly, guys, is a number one on the block shot per 60 minutes. Here, the list of what I'm talking about. RHP, 6.74. Followed by Curtis Lazar, Garnet Adaway, Lucas Setlock, and Wade Allison. Just give you an idea what Harvey-Pinard does with the Montreal Canadiens. Here's the problem. What are you talking about, coach? Laval Rocket compete right now for the playoff spot. Him, RHP, and Jesse Allen are the only 2 players can return in Laval Rocket without go on the waiver compared to Belzile or Pitlick. But at the end of the day, guys, I don't think so he deserves to go there. I'm not sure what Montreal is going to do. Now, they just lost Josh Anderson. They can use Jesse Allen, but Jake Evans right now is returning on the ice. And that could complicate the situation for the extra players. And I think Montreal could return Harvey-Pinard. We have to give you a little bit more information if ever this happening. But again, for me, it does not deserve to go Laval and wait until the Montreal the season is over. Now, Gallagher's side, since 2020, he played only 55%, guys, all the game for the Montreal Canadiens. That's not a lot. He became not the same player anymore. He has injuries after injury, year after year. The broken hands, the broken foot, just accumulate year after year. Yes, the desire is still there. Remember, guys, that 2 years ago we said he had no time to recovery. Last year he had 4.5 months. But again, that's the same situation this year. Injuries, and you can see the decline of his play right now with the Montreal Canadiens. He's not the same players anymore. His leg does not follow. It's a little bit the big concern for the Montreal Canadiens, at least, and for the fans for the Montreal Canadiens, les Bleu Blanc Rouge, because he still have, guys, 4 more years of his contract at $6.5 million. That's not a good news. We'll see what Montreal can do with that, but he cannot buy him out. That would give them 8 years to give at least $2.6 million most of each year. Then Gallagher, guys, need to adapt with new training. You cannot train anymore at 30 years old, 31, 32, like he was at 20, 21 years old. The league is faster. He need to adjust himself with the situation. So at some point, he need to figure out this. If he continues to do the same thing, he would just decrease his potential to stay in the league. For the first time after 11 years, he's going to fight next year to keep his spot versus RHP. So we'll see what happening. But I just want to give you a little bit, some kind of information between Gallagher versus RHP. Yes, they are similar about the size, right? The way for checking pressure, but they are really different on the ice when you check overall their talent, skill versus each other. I would like to hear from you guys. What do you think about my first subject? Do you feel Gallagher is going to stay with the Montreal Canadiens next year? What you should do with Gallagher? And the most important thing is, for me, I would like to know from you guys what the Montreal should do with RHP next year. Do he deserve to be with the Montreal Canadiens at the beginning of the season 2023-2024? So that's complete this first subject of the day. Let's move on now, guys, for my last subject of this episode. My last subject of the day is about the NCAA Playoff 2023. First of all, this weekend, they have a bracket of 16 teams divided by 4 divisions of 4 teams. This is a format of win or lose. You win, you advance. You lose, you out. Then you have the top 4. Minnesota Gopher University, the Quinnipiac University, number 3, Michigan Wolverines University, and 4 is Denver Pioneer University. We know Denver won last year the NCAA Hockey 2022. The Montreal Canadiens represented by its fan players. First of all, the Boston University have Lane Hudson and Doc. Then the Advert have Sean Farrell. And finally, Ohio State have Tobes, the goaltender. And the Minnesota have Red Pitlick. Now, here's the bracket for the weekend, guys. And I'm not going to go game by game. But what happening is Friday, they are going to have 8 winners. And then those 8 winners going to play Sunday. And that winner and those winners of the Sunday are going to represent the top 4 at the playoff and Tampa at the beginning of April. I would suggest you guys watching those games this weekend here in the City. Great hockey now, playoff 2023, because Montreal have a few players going to play during that weekend. So I would like to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think. Are you excited at some point, like Sean Farrell signed possible after he got eliminated? Are you excited to see Dorbes, the goaltender? And what about Lane Hudson? What a great year he has this year with the Boston University. Lane Hudson and Sean Farrell are both the top 10 finalists for the O.B. Baker Trophy 2023. And that's it. This is all the subject I have for you guys on this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed, guys. Today we talk about Gallagher versus RHP. Talk about the NCAA Playoff 2023. But before we leave, we invite you, please don't forget to click on the like, subscribe to the Hockey Nation Show, and leave me a comment about this episode. And of course, I want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you, and I wish you an amazing, blessing day, everybody.